The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that'll bring up a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Breeze. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18.
21.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for the Niners. 53 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Garoppolo on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. '49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
21. 11.
Garoppolo now third and goal. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Sheldon Rankins able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play. And it'll be fourth down. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. And his kick is good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go, here we go. 21, 21. 11.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Going for a right side here, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
21. 11.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. A dump down to McKinnon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Garoppolo again. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Get set. 6.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. In for the score. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Breeze now on first down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They'll face a third down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Easy. Everyone's got 4 down. Ready. You ready? 3, easy, kill.
To throw, it's Breeze. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Play action, Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw. He's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Here we go. 12. 3 down. 11. Check 48 to the right. Check 48. 11. Ready for check.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Screen play, McKinnon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A good 1st down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo Trying to lay one up deep. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Breeze to throw on second down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And out across midfield down to the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to New Orleans after this.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, easy. Ready. You waiting? Ready, that's it.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Garoppolo. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Come on, fellas, here we go.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And the Saints signal for another timeout. as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Bradley Pena now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Returnable for Thomas. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Hey, easy.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
11. Get ready. We're waiting. Ready for check.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
21. Ready for check.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to be incomplete. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Garoppolo on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
On first down, Garoppolo gets this one left side to Pettis. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for the Niners. 52 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They go play action here on first down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They run for it with Carson. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Edwards got 4 down. Ready. You waiting?
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run it again with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. From his end zone, it's Breeze on 3rd and long. And Breeze is going to go down in the end zone, a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
The 49ers offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be... And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there for the Niners. 46 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than a defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A good pickup there, a 22.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease. And
he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and a mile. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Beasley. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I got you. 11.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete here.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. He's going to let this one go deep. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Now Breeze got to have this one. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
21.
Breeze now on first down. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yard.
Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
The 49ers getting set to trot out there. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence. Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball takes the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to play.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Garoppolo now on third and goal. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on fourth and goal. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And no, it's incomplete. A disappointing drop there on fourth and goal. And the Saints will have the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Now Breeze lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Breeze now to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Breeze now on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A gain of 32 that time.
Not only did we just see Bell caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Able to get there and pick it. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Garoppolo looking to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Garoppolo now. Sheldon Rankins. And the Saints signal for another timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. In there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Thomas. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10.
12. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for San Francisco, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.